All in all, I'm just going to go through some NMR stuff with you. I've been a bit naughty actually because I've given you a question that's really tricky, and I shouldn't have at this early stage. But like I say, I wasn't aware that that you hadn't done NMR before. But I just thought I'd go through this. What is a chemical? And I've also lost my cameraman because he's downstairs doing his homework. So I'm just going to run through it very quickly and. Using low resolution NMR, which is all you need to know for year 12, you're not going to be able to properly answer this question. You can have a go and you can work it out if it's one or the other, but you should come to the conclusion that it could be one thing or another thing and not something else, which doesn't make any sense, but I'll explain now in a sec. So the first thing I asked you guys to do, and I hope you can see this, was first of all, this comes up all the time, this kind of question. You know, you get given the empirical formula and you get given the molecular ion peak, and it says, first of all, work out the formula. Now, what I've done is basic empirical formula calculation. I worked it out to be C5H10O2. Be careful because this was 2.5, so that times more by 2. I then worked out the MR of this was going to be 102, and luckily our molecular ion peak is also 102, and that tells me that that's the maximum it can be. Now imagine the molecular ion peak was 204, then you'd know you double up everything, so you'd end up with C10H20O4, but it's never going to be that complicated. So we know the molecular formula is C5H10O2. So what is the structure? Now what I've done here, and I've made a right mess of it because I was going into details, and this is actually the third video I've sent to you because I did have my cameraman and we made a video and it ended up being 25 minutes long and it was too long. No one wants to listen to that for 25 minutes. So using that C5H10O2, I deduced, like a detective, there could be two things. Either a carboxylic acid or an ester. Whenever you see an O2 in a molecule, you should be thinking carboxylic acid or ester. It'll never be a ketone and then an aldehyde and things like that, no. Plus the hydrogens won't work out anyway. So it's either the carboxylic acid, so pentanoic acid, or this ester here. Now, the problem I had is that actually you could shift this ester to be methyl butanoate or ethyl ethanoate. Ethyl propanoate, or yeah. So you see what I mean? It can be a lot of different esters, but let's just assume it can only be one ester, and that is the answer. That's the kind of thing I want you to look at. So here's my clues to you, and I don't really want to give you the whole answer at the moment because I want you to have a go at doing yourself, because this is NMR is a very tricky topic, and that's why I'm going to spend a couple more days doing this stuff. But first of all, then I want you to work out from C5. I'll write this down now so you can see it. C5H10O2. What? Oh, there you go. What could it be? C5H10O2. What molecule could it be? And then I want you to work out the number of carbon environments for each molecule and the number of different hydrogen environments for each molecule. Get to that stage, then start looking at the chemical shifts, and it should let you know if it's a carboxylic acid or an ester. And that's all I want to know. Is it a carboxylic acid or is it an ester? So if you could send those that to me, not the whole thing, you know, just have a go doing it. Just tell me if it's a carboxylic acid or ester, and we'll hang fire there. And I'm going to send a bit more detail to you today for you to do kind of, you know, early next week. We are going to have to move on to year 13 stuff pretty soon. But I just want to try and have a couple more days of this. Miss Griffiths is also going to be setting you some work as well. So feel free to email me. I know that this is tough, and I apologise because I did think that Miss Sheehan had covered it a lot better. So my bad. And I should have gone into it a bit more detail, more videos, more things like that. I'm not going to expect you just to go ahead and just get stuck into it all on your own. But it is good when some people do have a good old go. Just make sure you're asking me a question. So anyway, that's your challenge. Is it an ester or is it a carboxylic acid? Send me an email with the answer, please.